The 30th Infantry Division, famously known as the Old Hickory Division, holds a distinguished place in American military history. Activated during both World War I and World War II, this National Guard formation earned a reputation for tenacity, tactical skill, and resilience in some of the most brutal battles of the 20th century. When the United States entered World War I in April 1917, it mobilized forces on a scale never before seen in American history. Among the divisions formed to join the American Expeditionary Forces was the 30th Infantry Division, activated in July 1917. Drawn from National Guard units from North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia, the division was infused with a strong sense of regional pride and patriotic duty. Known as the Old Hickory Division, a tribute to President Andrew Jackson, the division's namesake. The 30th quickly gained a reputation for its professionalism and discipline, despite being composed primarily of citizen soldiers. The 30th Infantry Division trained at Camp Sevier near Greenville, South Carolina. Over the course of several months, these guardsmen transformed into an effective fighting force under the rigorous training of U.S. Army officers. They drilled in trench warfare, marksmanship, and gas mask procedures, essential skills for the type of combat they would soon face on the Western Front. In May 1918, the division embarked for Europe. Unlike most American divisions, which fought under U.S. General John J. Pershing's command, the 30th was assigned to the British Second Army. This unique arrangement placed the division under the operational control of British and Australian commanders, allowing it to take part in major offensives on the Western Front far sooner than other American units. On September 29, 1918, the 30th Division attacked alongside British and Australian forces near Bellecourt, France. The terrain was treacherous, dominated by barbed wire, concrete pillboxes, and machine gun nests. The centerpiece of the German defenses was the St. Quentin Canal Tunnel, which allowed troops and supplies to move securely beneath the battlefield. In one of the most pivotal assaults of the war, soldiers from the 30th Division penetrated German defenses, overrunning trench systems and storming the high ground under relentless machine gun fire. Their assault succeeded where many others had failed, punching a hole through the Hindenburg Line and forcing a general German retreat. The breach was so significant that it signaled the beginning of the end of the war on the Western Front. The success came at a high cost. The division sustained over 8,000 casualties during its World War I campaign. Despite this, its bravery earned widespread praise from British commanders and U.S. leadership alike. The 30th Infantry Division's role in breaking the Hindenburg Line was recognized as one of the decisive actions of World War I, and the unit received numerous foreign honors, including citations from the British and Belgian governments. With the armistice of November 11, 1918, the guns fell silent, and the Old Hickory Division's mission was complete. The division stayed in Europe briefly before returning to the U.S. early in 1919. They were officially demobilized at Camp Jackson, South Carolina, marking the end of their dedicated service during World War I. After earning a formidable reputation during World War I, the 30th Infantry Division remained a proud part of the National Guard through the interwar years. With the winds of war sweeping across Europe in the late 1930s, the division was called back into federal service in September 1930. Composed mainly of guardsmen from the Carolinas, Georgia, and Tennessee, they prepared to face new challenges in the European theater. The 30th Infantry Division landed in France shortly after D-Day in June 1944. Assigned to the 7th Corps under Lieutenant General Lawton Collins, they began combat operations in early July, taking part in Operation Cobra. This operation was crucial for breaking out from Normandy's hedgerow landscape, paving the way for Allied advances across France. This operation proved to be a turning point in the campaign. The 30th Division advanced under difficult conditions, moving through narrow lanes bordered by thick earthen walls, often within yards of concealed German machine guns and mortars. Despite fierce resistance, the division pushed forward and played a key role in breaking through the German lines near St. Lo. Tragedy struck the 30th Infantry Division on July 24, 1944, when a miscommunication during a preliminary bombing led to friendly fire on their own lines, causing heavy casualties. Another friendly fire incident the following day deepened the loss. Yet undeterred, the division pressed on, helping to break German defenses and speed the Allied advance across France. Following the breakout from Normandy, the 30th Infantry Division advanced rapidly across France. It participated in the liberation of key towns and cities, including Mortain, where it helped repel a major German counteroffensive designed to cut off Allied forces. The battle at Mortain in August 1944 was one of the most critical defensive actions of the war, as German panzer divisions attempted to reverse the momentum of the Allied advance. In this battle, the division, supported by American artillery and air power, held firm against repeated assaults by elite S units. Their successful defense preserved the Allied flank and significantly weakened German armored strength in the west, marking a pivotal moment in the push towards victory. The division continued its advance into Belgium and the Netherlands, pushing steadily toward the German border. Engaging in continuous operations, they faced fierce resistance but gradually wore down enemy forces, securing key positions and maintaining the momentum of the Allied push toward victory in Europe. By the autumn of 1944, the division had crossed into Germany and was engaged in operations near the Siegfried Line, a formidable defensive belt of bunkers, tank traps, and minefields. Fighting here was slow and grueling, characterized by rain, mud, and fortified resistance that tested the endurance and resolve of every soldier in the division. Then came the German Ardennes offensive in December 1944, better known as the Battle of the Bulge. The 30th was quickly redeployed to the northern shoulder of the Bulge, near Malmedy and Stavelot. Here, in the freezing cold and deep snow, the division played a vital role in halting the advance of the German 6th Panzer Army, one of Hitler's last desperate gambles to split the Allied front. Once again, the division held its ground against powerful German formations, including elements of the feared SS Panzer divisions. Their steadfast defense helped prevent the enemy from seizing key roadways and allowed the Allies to regroup and counterattack. The division's performance earned high praise from senior commanders, cementing its reputation as one of the toughest American units in Europe. As the Allies resumed their advance in 1945, the division crossed the Rhine River and pushed deep into Germany. Town by town, river by river, it continued the relentless drive toward the heart of Nazi Germany. By April, the division had reached the Elbe River, where it paused as part of the agreement that Soviet forces would capture Berlin from the east. It was here, on the banks of the Elbe, that the 30th met advancing Soviet troops, a symbolic moment marking the collapse of Nazi Germany. In May 1945, as the war in Europe came to an end, the division prepared for possible redeployment to the Pacific. However, Japan's surrender in August meant the division would instead return home. The 30th Infantry Division returned to the United States in August 1945 and was soon inactivated. Many soldiers transitioned back to civilian life, yet numerous veterans continued serving in the National Guard or influenced the post-war military. The division was reorganized during the Cold War, with elements proudly carrying the old Hickory legacy well into the 21st century. The division's wartime journey, from the hedgerows of Normandy to the gates of Germany, it stands as a testament to the skill, endurance, and sacrifice of America's citizen soldiers. Its legacy lives on in the stories of the men who served, the ground they liberated, and the freedom they helped secure.